So it seems I came back for Scream TV series Season 2, Episode 2, entitled Psycho. In this episode, we pick up right where the last episode ended, in which we find that Emma wants to go back to the mysterious house where she saw all these pictures posted on the wall of her. And so she goes to her mom and has a conversation. And the mom shows, a little bit of strength of a character in this moment, in which she says, hey, instead of, waiting, you and me, let's go right now to this house and search it for whatever dumb reason that is, because, who's to say there's not a killer or some kind of danger, and yet they go there together to go search it and find nothing. So whatever was there, somebody, I guess, went back and cleaned up that evidence really quickly, because this is not like it took place overnight. This is probably like within the span of, I'd say maybe like an hour. We have a lot of new characters that are kind of introduced. A lot of them are just brought up in the weirdest of ways. Like the sheriff's son's cousin is just kind of thrown into this episode out of nowhere, and he makes like such a creepy, introduction talking to Emma. It was just kind of out of left field, instead of it being like, oh, this felt natural within the storyline and the plot. In this episode, it's a rather funny scene about Audrey doing the killer call to a person who is going to reveal maybe some information about the accomplice. Kind of has a dark comedy aspect to it. But then we learn that the killer stored Jake's body in the storage unit, in which Noah was going to go to the next day to find out what's in the storage unit. Once again, this is leaving us to be wanting to see the next episode, because I'm not sure what Audrey is going to do in this situation. The killer says, I basically did what you couldn't finish, Audrey. So now we're not sure, what is this killer doing? Is he just toying with Audrey? Is the killer just trying to finish off the Lakewood Six? So I'm not sure what Audrey's going to do. Is she's going to hide the body? Since she knows that Jake is dead, is she going to, try to hide it? Is she going to tell somebody? Is she just going to leave it there to be discovered? Emma's story this time is just not great. She's not a great character to follow. I found myself not caring anything of her storyline that happens. It's like the polar opposite of the Scream movies, in which Sydney is our main focus. A couple different storylines that are going on, and Emma, who's our main, basically should be our main focus of the characters, her storyline is just kind of weak. Once again, Audrey and Noah's relationship, that storyline is rather far more interesting than Emma's or any of the side characters' storyline. Also in this episode, they kind of do a cop-out of someone stalking Emma. I kind of saw that this was going to be some kind of fake out and it wasn't going to be the killer, because so far the killer is not really focused on Emma quite yet. Like I said, they introduced these new characters. I kind of don't care about these characters or, their storyline so far. On the next episode, my predictions is that Audrey is going to get a little bit more careless. She's going to start slipping up, trying to cover her tracks and trying to track down who this killer is, basically. Noah, I think, is going to figure out some things a little bit more. Emma, I think you're just going to continue to keep boring us. And I think you want to keep an eye out on the sheriff's son's family that he's going to be staying with. There's something about them a little bit off, and I'm not sure if they're going to go the route of Scream 2. If you've seen Scream movies, you should know what I'm talking about here.
Maybe.
Leave it down in the comment section if you've seen this episode. What are your thoughts about it? Are you excited about the characters? What storylines are you liking? And what are your predictions for the next episode? If you enjoy these kind of reviews for these episodes, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, peace.